Today, I'll be putting the New Day in the Ruthless Aggression Era to see if they still go down as one of the greatest tag teams in history. I'll be putting BigE in the WWE title division and Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston in the tag titles division. Let's see how successful the New Day would be in the Ruthless Aggression Era. Starting off the universe mode, we will have the Backlash pay-per-view, and it will be BigE in a rivalry with Snitsky. The two have been going at it for a few weeks, and this is finally their time to resolve any issues they've had on Monday Night Raw. Snitsky is not in this match for a fair fight, however, and does anything he can to try and grab the win. And indeed, Snitsky is successful and manages to get the win over BigE in his first match on a pay-per-view. Moving on, we'll have the Judgement Day pay-per-view, and this will be the first time that we get to see Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Snitsky, however, decides to carry on the rivalry with BigE after pulling a sneak attack from behind while BigE was in the ring, playing his music as a distraction. On the other hand, the New Day get an absolutely huge opportunity, getting a tag team title chance against Crime Time. BigE puts up an absolute fight against Snitsky in their match at Judgement Day, and he's able to pull off a big ending to put Snitsky to sleep once and for all. However, unfortunately, Crime Time are able to retain their tag team titles against the New Day. Hopefully the New Day is still in this universe mode. Moving on to Vengeance, and Kofi and Xavier will be confronted by Armando Estrado and Jim Duggan, starting up a tag team rivalry. Xavier Woods is not happy about this, however, and beats down Armando with the kendo stick on Monday Night Raw. Kofi and Xavier Woods decide to settle this rivalry at the Vengeance pay-per-view and manage to get a huge win over Armando Estrado and Jim Duggan. BigE also is faced with a huge opportunity and manages to get a one-on-one match against Kane. However, sadly, Kane manages to pull off a chokeslam at the last minute and take the win over BigE. We're now at the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam, and Kofi and Xavier Woods get another shot at the tag team titles. This time it will be an Extreme Rules match against Crime Time. Will they be able to pick up the win once and for all? It was a tough battle indeed, and Crime Time are no strangers to a good fight, and they gave their all to try and retain their tag team titles. And that's exactly what they did, retaining their tag team titles against the New Day. Now on to No Mercy, and BigE answers an open challenge to Umaga, which starts a very heated rivalry over the coming weeks. The two decide, however, that this match is way too big for Monday Night Raw and that it needs to take place on the big stage at No Mercy. Randy Orton also goes for a handshake with Xavier Woods to show his respect, when all of a sudden he goes straight for the attack. Of course, Kofi Kingston is not happy about this and backs his brother Xavier Woods, which starts a very heated rivalry. We now see both of these matches take place at No Mercy, with BigE settling his rivalry against Umaga. Sadly, Umaga is able to get a huge Samoan spike and put BigE completely to sleep, taking the win with a 3 count. However, in the main event, we will be getting the New Day versus Rated RKO. The New Day know this is a match that they have to win. They will not take any disrespect, especially not from Randy Orton. The two put everything on the line, as this is their opportunity to prove themselves on the Raw roster. And with one huge trouble in paradise, Kofi Kingston is able to get the 3 count on Randy Orton. Now on to Survivor Series, and it'll be BigE and Mick Foley having a match on Monday Night Raw until BigE takes it one step too far and stomps on Mick Foley's head after the match. They finally get their huge match at Survivor Series, and the two go at it for almost an hour, with BigE taking control for most of the match. However, it's Mick Foley who pulls out a kendo stick out of nowhere and somehow gets away with it, getting the win over BigE. Now on to Cyber Sunday, and BigE is not happy at all with how Mick Foley won that match. He believes that it's a dirty win, and that's not how their rivalry should end. After weeks of asking for a rematch at Cyber Sunday, Mick Foley finally accepts it. However, this does not work in BigE's favour, as Mick Foley is able to pick up the win. On the other side of things, however, is Woods and Kofi Kingston, who get a tag team title match against D-Generation X. Maybe one of the biggest opportunities the New Day have had in this whole universe mode so far. Xavier Woods manages to pull off a huge maneuver from the top rope onto Triple H. However, it's just not enough. Shawn Michaels hits the sweet chin music on Xavier Woods, and then Triple H tags in and finishes it off with a pedigree. On to the Royal Rumble, and the road to WrestleMania has officially begun. All members of the New Day have their eyes on the prize, and that is WrestleMania. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment which team I should be putting in Universe Mode next. Heading into the Royal Rumble, it will be Big E and Danny Basham in a heavy rivalry. The New Day are also given a second, maybe even a third chance, getting a tag title opportunity against Rated RKO at the Royal Rumble. After a hard-hitting battle at ringside, Big E manages to roll Danny Basham back into the ring and get a 3 count to take the win and settle the rivalry. The New Day, however, still unsuccessful and are just not able to win the tag team titles whatsoever. We're now at the last stop before WrestleMania, and that'll be the Elimination Chamber. And how lucky are we, as Big E will be put in the Elimination Chamber match with Kane, Batista, Chris Masters, Roddy Piper and The Undertaker. The only catch to this match, however, is Big E would be the one entering at first, which puts Big E at a massive disadvantage. However, after many tombstones and many chokeslams and many Batista bombs, it will be Big E leaving the Elimination Chamber as the victor. Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally that time. We are at WrestleMania, the grandest stage. This is what everything's been working up towards. Will the New Day be booked at WrestleMania, and will they even be getting a title opportunity? The New Day will be put in a huge tag team title match with Rated RKO, the Hardy Boys and Edge and John Morrison. I mean, that match alone is absolutely stacked, and that is a match for the ages. All 4 teams gave it absolutely everything. Everyone was so hungry to win this match. However, the New Day just had a bit more to prove. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston pulled out every move they had, and it was all worth it as they managed to pull out the victory. But that's not all, as Big E will be getting a world title match against Kane. Yes, that is correct. Big E will be getting a WWE title match at the last possible moment. This is no time for games, however, as this is Kane he will be facing. Big E will have to put it all on the line if he wants to win this title. The two would absolutely tear each other apart in this match, pulling out every weapon in sight. Kane pulled off 3 chokeslams and was unable to keep Big E down until Big E gets up and hits the big ending. 1, 2, and no, Kane will be able to kick out and keep it going. Finally, Kane gets up, hits the chokeslam on Big E, and that will be a 3 count, with Kane retaining his WWE title. Although we did not have the WWE title, although we did not have the tag team titles, what we had was much stronger than any of that. We had brotherhood, and we had the power of positivity. With that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments who you'd like to see me put in universe mode next. And until next time, have a good one.